Hello everyone, how's it going? I haven't been on YouTube in a while, actually, like a week I think. Quick update, I have finished 1 week of my apprenticeship at the Purple Rose Theater here in Chelsea. Rainy day outside. Other than that, today I woke up, went and did yoga in the library lawn across from the farmer's market. I got these blackberries and I pounded a bunch of them because I got really excited, and then my stomach hurt really bad. And I almost puked for a while. I'd take a nap to ease myself up, but then took my roommate to his mom's house and then went to the gym. I actually cranked out a really intense workout in about 40 minutes ish. It's pretty solid actually. I'm very proud of myself. I haven't clipped along that much in a while. But what I want to touch on in this video is being more goal oriented. I've touched on it a bit, but I want to talk about why I'm goal oriented and how I've become more and more goal oriented. Because one of the apprentices, my friend Megan, asked if I had any relatives in the military, and I mean I have kind of, but not while I was alive. I'm not we didn't move around or anything like that.
It's 19 hours.
Oh, my laptop just gave me a time update, but because she said that I'm very goal oriented and it's very clear right off the bat. And the reason why I'm like this is, my friends know this, but 2 years ago, yeah, 2 years ago I rode my bicycle from New York to San Francisco, and it took 63 days. And I did this because my friend had done it the year before, a different route but roughly the same distance. And I picked him up in San Diego, and the first time I saw him and he was telling me about everything, I decided that I had to do it. So for the next school year, I planned on doing it, kept doing it. Didn't really tell anyone that I was going to do it because I wasn't quite sure how it was going to happen, but I did it, and I left I had no knowledge really. I didn't know how to change a flat tire. I've always been able to read maps, but figuring out where to sleep, what to eat was a real struggle. But I wanted to scare myself into getting that knowledge, you know. So I did it. But while I was on it, every single day from the time that you wake up until you go to sleep, every single thing that you do, every revolution of the pedals, every food break, every bathroom break, every place that you stop or person that you talk to is to get you where you're going, from you to San Francisco. And when you're doing this, you don't really stray from that goal-oriented thing. You know, every single thing that you do, like I said, is to get you where you're going. And I got very, very in tune with that, and got very brutal within myself of pushing myself to do this even if I didn't want to. You know, I had this saying, if I was climbing up a mountain or in the middle of Kansas and there's fucking nothing in sight, you know, the only thing that's going to get you to where you want to go is to keep going, you know, stay in the saddle is what I would say. And it got ingrained in me after that, you know, to being sadistic with my workout plan, or masochistic rather, but or that, or bringing my nutrition up and being very hard on myself. And I'm not hard on myself really anymore because I enjoy it now. I really enjoy waking up early and going to the gym. I enjoy when people ask me, hey, you want to go out and do this? No, I'm gonna go to sleep and then wake up and do exactly what I want to do tomorrow as well, you know, which is work out and eat well and work at the theater. I'm having a blast so far, working in the same building as professional actors and professional directors and professional tech people. It's a very sweet environment, and I like it a lot. So what I try to do and what I've geared my life towards with wanting to be an actor or a director or a model is to wake up with a purpose. Every day I wake up, ever since I decided I want to be an actor, I've woken up with a purpose. And it's amazing, you know. to want to get out of bed and pursue things every day. Tea. I got some new tea today at this health store in Ann Arbor. But I'm in my notes. Sorry. But along those lines, like if you can choose to be something, and then wake up every day and pursue that. Everything that you eat, everything that you read, every person that you talk to and decide to have in your life is to get you where you want to go. And this has helped me tremendously to get where I am, to get where I'm going, to be as happy as I am today at so many things. And it's really cool. I always say it's really cool. Sorry. The next thing I've been talking about, like with my friends, is how for the first time in my life, I don't care that I'm single. Really, like it doesn't bother me. And rather than saying like I don't care about this, I care about being happy. And within being that happy, it doesn't bother me that I don't have a girlfriend. I mean, I think about it. You know, everyone thinks about like having someone to share the cute things with or like their night times with, but it's not. It doesn't like tug at me. You know, like today, there's a cute girl at the supplement shop that I've talked to twice, I think, but I asked her out. She had a boyfriend, which is totally fine, and we laughed her off, and then I left, and I'm simply happy that like I took the chance to ask someone out, you know, to make that move, because that's always something I've thought about too much in the past. But I mean, she laughed, I laughed, and I left, and then I came home and made tea and ate dark chocolate. You know, the ball keeps rolling. But I think it's important to take these steps, because even if you fall or like you fail in a sense, or like you didn't get the girl's number or whatever, at least you tried, because then you're not thinking like 3 days from now like, fuck, I should have asked that girl out, you know, she was so hot, she was smiling at me, so like she definitely likes me, even though, you know, people smile at each other. It's a very normal thing that happens in the world. But it makes me happy. That, I guess is what I'm trying to say, is that I can do that and be happy and not be like, oh fuck, what, like why didn't she want to be with me? I mean, she had a boyfriend, so like not a big deal. But I didn't beat myself up about it afterward. I left and went shopping, came home, drank tea, ate chocolate. So like another thing I had in my notes was something from earlier in the week. I got kind of burnt out one day. I was really tired and like faded, I guess, of like not necessarily wanting to quit, definitely not wanting to quit, but wanting like my own reprieve, I guess. But an important thing that I wrote to myself was like keep up with all the progress and the little quirks that keep you going even when you're really tired. Like for instance, like when I'm really tired, I still like brush my teeth before bed, take my probiotic, wash my face, take some casein, eat some macadamia nuts, talk to my roommates, or read a cool quote, and I still wake up early the next day, go to the gym, and keep it going. Even if every single minute you don't enjoy it, if you keep going, then you'll begin to enjoy it. I think if you're going along the path towards like what you want in life. And for me, I think in very drastic terms. So like it's all about the long term for me. I don't like instant gratification. Like I'm not gonna go eat a fucking Big Mac and feel good for 5 minutes and then feel like shit for 24 hours until I go back to the gym. You know, I'm not gonna do that, because it does nothing for me. And it, like, you know how people say like the top seems like the only plausible thing to reach for, you know? I don't want to work in a fucking factory in somewhere in the Midwest for the rest of my life. No, I want to be, I've told you, a famous actor, director, model, blah, 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 YouTuber, if that works, I suppose. But along these lines, like, you need to learn when to refocus yourself. Like, if you're feeling phased out, or if you're not focusing on the long term, then you need to, like, be aware of that, realize it, feel it for a moment, and then feel how much you dislike that, and then refocus yourself and keep gunning down the lines, you know. And I don't see it as a grind. I see it as very enjoyable. You know, I get to eat nutritious food, have cool workouts, work with professionals, and shoot for the top. It's a pretty cool thing for me. If it can be for you, and this goes back to the main thing from the first videos. Like, one of the most important things in life is to be happy. Be very, very happy all the not all the time. Sorry, but that's what you should be shooting for. You should be shooting for a career or a goal or something that is sustainable, and you can shoot for it long term, and everything short term is for that. And find so much pleasure in that, because it's not a grind, it's fun. It's fun to be, like, actually feel like you have a chance of becoming what you want to be. And once you can tweak that to be some sort of reality in your brain and in your real life, because I mean, I'm doing it right now, and it feels so good. But it has to make sense to you. You know, whatever it is, like, if you want to be an accountant and that's what makes you happy, to fucking crunch numbers all day, then go for it. You know, the world needs that as well. And if everything you're doing to get to that makes you happy, then that's definitely what you should be doing. Happiness has to be the standard of all, you know. And when I was on my bike trip, there were moments definitely where I was like, fuck this. This sucks, man. I don't want anyone to talk to me. I don't want anyone to look at me. I want to sit down. And there was one point where I cried in the dirt, like, because I was severely dehydrated. I pushed myself too far. I wasn't eating the right things. And, like, that night I got to a town, and I like, woke up in the middle of the night because I felt horrible. But I ended up seeing a thunderstorm way, way off in the distance. And I was in Kansas, and this was probably, like, in Nebraska. That's how, like, clear you can see and how far. And I couldn't help but smile, you know? So it's within the matter of 12 hours, I was crying and then smiling. So it's like, this process is going to take you everywhere that you need to go to get better, you know? It's happiness and sadness is part of that, because you wouldn't know happiness if there wasn't any sadness. But you also have to realize, you have to be happy that the sadness is teaching you, even when you're sad. And it's taken me like 24 years, 22 years at that point, to figure that out and be like, this is a lesson that's teaching me, and I like that. You know, I like learning, as you should as well. And find whatever it is that sets you up for success. If it is like being a little bit crazy, like how I am, of thinking very drastically, of like, no, I can't even eat a Twizzler, or, you know, I can't eat beef jerky because of, like, the amount of sodium or something, you know. If it is like that, then go for it. I won't judge, and anyone that judges you doesn't get it, and fuck them, quite honestly. But if it's, I don't know, reading a certain type of book every night before you go to bed, or if it's taking a bike ride on the same route because you like to look at the cool architecture of the houses, or if it's watching a certain type of movie, or whatever, you know. But you have to find out what sets you up the best for success, and what doesn't set you up the best has to be cut out. And again, that's back to my drastic thinking. So, like, there's another technique that I'm sure everyone's heard of, but or a term rather. My friends use it. My friends and I use it a lot, but they use it in, like, sports and stuff. But we call it locking in, and it's like an extreme focus. Where like, I got to the gym today, and I thought it closed at 4, but it closed at 3, and at first I was like, oh shit, because it was like 40 minutes, you know, and then I was like, all right, let's go. and started pounding it, and like didn't let the hammer off. Probably didn't rest for more than 40 seconds, all 21 sets, and really locked in, focused. And I got through it very well, and I felt very happy afterward. Had that full endorphin rush, But there's other ways to lock in, and one that I would loosely recommend, I guess, is when I drive. I like to drive with both my headphones in, so that I can tune out the entire world. And obviously, I pay attention to other cars. But if you're a bad driver, don't fucking do this. But I do it. I like driving down like 94 or the highway or something and blaring some type of fun music, whether it was Tupac today or like Toro y Moi or like Foles or Brand New or something. But really getting into your own world, I like that a lot. And I need to work on this, but I get kind of pissy when people pull me out of my own world. Or like if my headphones are in and they're like, hey, like, no, I don't want to fucking talk right now. Like, I enjoy talking to people, but I want to be in my world and I want to enjoy it and I want to start floating, in my own world. So I need to work on that, and I'm conscious of working on that. But lock in and see where you can go. Get into your own world, whatever it is. But it helps me a lot, so I hope it helps you. And I'll be like smiling driving down the road by myself, and people will look at me and be like, what the fuck is that kid doing? But I love it, And if you're a bad driver, find something else. Ride a bike, ride a scooter, or walk down the road and listen to your music, And don't apologize. Like, if you want to be quiet for a while and someone wants to have a conversation with you, say, look, man, or woman, I don't want to talk right now. I want to be in my own world. I want to experiment with myself. I'm feeling this or I'm feeling that, and I want to explore it right now. There's nothing wrong with that. You can be who you want to be, and you're allowed to feel how you want to feel. So do it. And I said this to my friend Megan the other day because she was like talking about how weird it is that I get up so early. But I mean, she wasn't judging, but like most theater people don't get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but especially after going to bed at like 11. But it's what makes me happy, And I said to her, I was like, the earlier you wake up, the sooner you can find something to be happier about, and then you have more time to be happy. I love being happy. I think it's the best feeling. And even when you're sad, knowing that you can find happiness again is awesome. Because if it was all super happy all the time, then it wouldn't really be much. But knowing that I can be so happy makes the sad times more promising, So every morning, wake up as early as you can, find something to be happy about, and be happy all day, because it's pretty dope. So that's it for me. I'll try to get another video up here soon. The apprenticeship is kind of whooping my ass time-wise, but this is what I want to do, so I'll find a way. And